and today's FDP program is yet another step designed to escalate the mission of value-based education. It is now my pleasure to invite Brahmachari Viswanathamrita Chaitanya ji, Head Corporate and Industry Relations and Chief Warden of Boys Hostel, to deliver the inaugural address.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. There's no inaugural address here. It's primarily talking to our own colleagues. Really happy that the Amrita Darshan, the Spiritual Studies Department and HR Department have jointly organized this event today. It's been a long tradition, Amrita, to have an FDP program on an annual basis. Unfortunately, after the COVID, the pandemic, we have not been able to continue that. So really commendable that we are all meeting here today with the objective of faculty development program. Let's see what it is. So anyway, welcome all of you also. I believe you all are here at least over the past 4-5 years. You have joined at various time frames. And all of you, a good number of you would be quite familiar with Amrita by now. You know our systems well enough. You know our students also. You know the systems, how things work. So from that perspective, to introduce Amrita to you all would be honestly inappropriate. So I wouldn't want to venture into that. But as faculty of Amrita, it endows on us, bestows on us certain responsibilities, certain, honestly, certain privileges as well, and also certain identity. So maybe the most important aspect of a faculty would be to know the significance of what it implies. Amrita is not like any other university. All of us know about that, because no other university has, the visionary, our Chancellor Amma. It is her vision that today this university is here and all of us are here. Amma, I'm not sure how many of us have invested time to really understand the phenomenon of Amma. Alikavi is almost a remote village in Kerala. But today, this campus is able to attract students from across the country, even abroad. So that's something Amma has created here, which is attracting. Of course, one is the student part. You also see millions of people all over the world congregate into this place here. So nobody does anything in life without a purpose, without a reason. Even though Amma is only just a 4th standard literate or 3rd standard literate, she is one of the most backward communities, backward places of rural India. She is a woman, completely probably illiterate in the educational sense. But Amma is able to connect with millions. Unfortunately, the environment in Kerala is such, many times difficult to appreciate the significance, and it's all dismissed as, religion or, God-man, derisively. But as faculty of Amrita, we need to have a little more, I would say, informed approach. I'm not saying that all of us have to be devotees. That's not the idea, what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is, we need to be mindful, we need to be aware of what it implies. Why is it that Amma is able to, reach out to so many across the world? And we as faculty of this campus becomes ambassadors. We become the instruments for our students to appreciate the significance of being a student of Amrita. And in turn, also to be able to also present to them a perspective about who Amma is. Otherwise, we would be doing injustice to the very purpose of what Amma has set out this university for. One problem is we all relegate this whole domain into faith and religion. But if you study Amma's teachings, if you're familiar with Amma's life, there's hardly anything religious about it. What does Amma? I mean, we are all experts in our own domains: physics, chemistry, maths. All the subjects that you're all expertise in. We have doctorate, we have PhDs, we are specialists. We have done a lot of hard work to get this expertise in this subject. The approach we take to our subject, the same approach of using our rationality, using our intelligence, using our common sense, our logic, has to be applied to our life also. So Amma always tells us, children, makkale, know yourself. Amma doesn't ask us to believe in anything. Amma only tells us, know yourself and be free. It's a very powerful, profound statement. As educators, as researchers, as scholars, what we do day in and out is to keep learning, to keep knowing. Amma also tells us the same thing. It's no different. Amma doesn't, you will never see Amma in any of her speeches to believe in anything. It is against it's antithesis of who we are. So when Amma is saying know yourself, what is she really trying to say? Don't we know ourselves well enough? What is missing? All of us have a lot of identities. We are a faculty of Amrita. We come from some place. Our qualification so and so. We have expertise in some area. We are gender-wise, we are male or female. We are a parent or a child or a brother. We have hundreds of identities. But Amma says, go beyond the identities. When all the identities are left out, what remains? That is who we are. But how do we know that? How do we experience that identity? So knowing is actually about knowledge. And Amma says, when you know yourself, you are freed. You become free. Very powerful. What is freedom? Are we all bound? No. We're not bound in the sense of we are not chained. But we are bound by lot of things in our life. Lot of things. You're bound by your body. You're bound by your mind. You're bound by your senses. And because of this, we helplessly live through the motions of life. We are not free in the sense that we can forget everything, the whole existence. We are limited in the sense of our very structure. We have this Mao meditation in our campus. Many of you would have participated in it. What do we achieve through that simple meditative process? Initially, we become aware of our body. Later on, we become aware of environment, then the mind, then the breath, and you can continue doing. What happens? Little by little, we start forgetting. We start not forgetting. You start overcoming. We start going beyond. And where do we reach? A moment of silence. And at the moment of silence, what happens? All our identities vanish. And when we are silent, when we experience silence within, it is exactly the same feeling we get when we are deeply asleep. When we wake up, we feel very energized, very energetic. But by evening, we are tired. We badly need a sleep. But through that simple, maybe 20 minutes of meditative session, we are little by little penetrating through our various identities and touching upon a core which has no identity. And when you do it regularly, you become established in that. And when you get established in that identity, of which is a core, which is silence, which is peace, your life transforms. There's no magic. There's regular systematic work. Okay, there's nothing, don't have to believe in anything. You just need to be mindful. You just need to be aware and keep on working at it so that you get identified with your true identity. And what is that true identity? When you go within, you experience silence within. The truth is, the silence you experience within is the same silence that every human being experience on this planet. And when you experience that silence and peace, you want to be there. You don't want to run away. You feel relaxed. You feel comfortable. You feel wanting to be in that state as long as you want. And what happens today in today's world? We are all in a mad rush. For what? To be happy. What is the meaning of to be happy? To be happy is actually to be peaceful. So what you can get within, we are trying to go outside into the world, explore the world and try to figure it out, but you never find it. It's like, the musk deer. Musk deer goes around, feeling that there's some fragrance out there and trying to, it wants more of it, but never finds it outside. Or like dog, when it bites into a bone, it is said, keeps on biting, believing that the blood from its own jaw, its own, so that blood, when it tastes its own, it believes coming from the bone. So humanity, not only humanity goes through life without knowing where the source of happiness is. Amma teaches us, your happiness, whatever you're seeking in your life is with you already. But you need to discover it. You need to make an effort to do that. It is not given us as a belief system. It is given us as a science. And what you discover within, everyone will discover that for oneself. And there is not going to be any reward for you other than your own satisfaction, your own contentment, your own fulfillment, your own perfection. There is a famous video episodes, Upanishad Ganga. That is in the first episode. There's a foreigner coming to India to meet a Shastriji. He wants to study about Indian scriptures and Upanishads. So he's given so the Shastriji tells him, I have a lot of conditions to give to take you as a student. Okay? One is this course, you have to stay with me. Only vegetarian food, no entertainment. I don't know how long this course is going to take. There's no certificates end of it. There's no reward. There's no employment guaranteed. Would you accept it? An education with no reward from the world. To know about yourself, friends, the reward is the very process itself. If you expect an external reward to know yourself, that is the biggest mistake we'll be making in life. So FDP is a process where I believe the journey of self-reflection, introspection, going within, knowing ourselves. When we engage in the journey, we can travel in the journey. Then we start really, really measure up to what Amma expects us in life. Because this is very vital for us to guide our students. Because what are students all aspiring for? They want a great job, they want a good CGPA, they want good marks, they have good graduation, they want to make a lot of money, own a lot of things, all to be happy. But will they get this happiness? I don't think so. But if you can train them, if you can educate them, guide them to be able to look at themselves, look within, and start discovering themselves for who they are, then we would have begun them on a beautiful journey of life. For the rest of, maybe we all discovered it much later, not when we were in school or college. After many years into life, the vicissitudes, the difficulties, the challenges of life taught us certain important insights into life. That is what brought all of us to Amma. All of you as faculty of Amrita should also embark on this journey. Otherwise, when you retire, after many years, this place would not have served you, helped you much. And when you embark on that journey, you will discover yourself, because every day the most beautiful discovery in life is about ourselves. It's never about the world out there. So this is the message, I believe, what Amma would like all of us to share. And if you can participate in that, because don't take any job for that, not only as a career. Career is, of course, has to be there, but life, because life is so brief, so transient. There's no guarantee we'll even meet tomorrow. There's no guarantee. So when life is so transient, why would you want to invest all your time, energy, everything in certain assets? It's required to live. You need mandatory requirements in terms of a house, a family, relationships, everything. But let that not consume you so much so that you forget the fundamentals of life. Unfortunately for our education in India, even though we had a beautiful tradition before the colonizers came to India, this was the education every child in India has received. First, to live my life after knowing what my life is about. What is the problem of today's society? Is exactly the same. Nobody knows why they are doing what they are doing. Elders do not know, grandparents don't know, children do not know. And then that whole thing kicks off. And what is the source of all this? Primarily from the Western world, because the Western world has no insights into the human existence. That is the I would say the gift India has been making to the world for millennia, for several millennia. Scholars, aspirants from all over the world will come to India to learn our insights about life. And that insights governed all what we did in the secular world. In terms of engineering and any sciences, the foundation was the understanding of what my life is about. And when we make a mistake there, I want to enjoy my life, we are finished. Because then you will do all the wrong things. Foundation is a misunderstanding of what my life is about and the purpose of my life. It's a very, very important thing. We might think it's so simple, not really. All of us are conscious. All of us are aware. But we don't know what is the significance of being aware. You are listening to me. I'm speaking. Where did this capacity come to us from? What is the capacity? What is that element? What is that function in our life which is allowing us to listen, allowing us to think, allowing to cogitate? What is the source of emotions? There's no physical source for all this. India has given a solution to the world. And that is why, even though we are as a present civilization more 7,000-8,000 years, we never went outside to conquer somebody else, to make their wealth as our own. What is today's world about? Almost 90% of the world has been conquered by the Western powers. And they replaced their original traditions and values and culture with their own. Of conquering, of taking somebody else's wealth and making their own. That is the foundation of today modern Western world. And it continues even today. And the antidote for that is only what India has given to the world. That is the message Amma is giving. You conquer, you're not going to get, ultimately, even conquering assumes that I am finally looking for happiness. You're never going to get it. So when our students walk out of a campus after 3, 4 years, 5 years of education, what are they going to take away with them? If they can take this message for their life, finally for me to find happiness, I have to look within. And that journey is never about belief. We might think we all are expert, top PhD. Did we go to temples, make prayers? Just because of prayer, we did not become who we are, is it not? You did some pushparchana, some, whatever, archana in temples or, place of worship. Is it by how we became knowledgeable? No, we have to work hard for it. Similarly, the knowledge of our life, friends, is also that you have to really work hard. Okay, there are our scriptures, right from the Vedas to the Upanishads to the Gita to the Itihasas, everything only one message. We think they are all cock and bull stories. No, all of them only one purpose: to help humanity to know who he or she is, nothing else. Stories are only a means to give us a message. Okay, but there are also religious traditions which will situate God in heaven. God you will never find outside. But if we can understand the foundation of our philosophy, foundation of our dharma, and build our own lives on the foundation of these thoughts, our life will be glorious. When we leave this world, ultimately we live so that, not for the moment. When we leave this world, we should have the satisfaction that I had a good life. I did what I needed to. Nalla sadhyaku undu we have a great feast. Everything is great, wonderful. Imagine you bite into a stone and hurt your tongue or teeth. The whole, the joy that you have derived is lost in a second. But many actions in life will result in pain that we have to carry throughout our lives. And the burden of life is not having enough wealth or power or position or fame. Honestly, the life would be disastrous when we take actions in life, when we speak words in life which hurt or which leave deep impressions, which will hurt us throughout our lives. That difficult memories that we take away, that will be the most painful. Because to derive the satisfaction and joy of the human life, we have to live good, conduct ourselves well, and every day has to be so wonderful. And when we live like that, not only us, but even the people in our life, they also will be touched. And then you can see, because life is very beautiful, it's a great gift. But to understand its beauty and its worth, we have to really take a lot of struggle to really go to the core of it. And at Amrita, Amma is making available all these opportunities. And I think our responsibility as faculty is to really imbibe these values, the spirit of Amrita, and practice in our life, not only in our personal life, but also with students in our classrooms, absolutely with dignity, with respect. And then you can see we will be able to not only transform ourselves, but also all the students who come into contact with our life. Praying to Amma for Amma's blessings for a great day, for a great FDP, and looking forward to a wonderful association as we go forward. Om Amriteshwari Namaha.